Welcome back to Rules of Engagement. We're now in the question and answer portion of this show where you guys tweet me the questions and I go ahead and answer them. So our first question of the day is going to be from Dan Ellis. When you go Marine Tank TVZ, when are some good timings to push? So I can give the really quick answer and a little bit longer answer. The really quick answer is go watch Flash games. Flash has the best macro timing push mechanics there are in the entire game by far. Bomber is also great, but Flash is just basically number one as far as that aspect of the game goes. So, I mean, if you go to MLG.TV, actually, Flash played a great series against Donray Gu on the Tournament Champions. You can watch that. He's also playing tonight, right after this show, in just a few minutes against Rain. Of course, that's not TVZ. So the short answer is watch Flash, see what he does. The longer answer is you want to basically do timings either with pure Marines with Medivacs, so you can escape, there's no risk of unit loss, or right before they get Hive. And the reason why, or right before they get a huge infestor count, basically is what I mean. The reason these two timings exist is because as a Marine tank scales up, it gets much, much more efficient against Speeding and Baneling. So you'd rather wait as long as possible if you're just building Marine tanks and they're just building Speeding and Banelings. Especially if they're going Speeding and Baneling Muta, wait till you max out. If they're going Infestors, Faster Hive, then it's like your Marine tank is more efficient against the Speedings and Banelings, but Infestors get really efficient as they build up more energy, and of course once they get Broodlords out, then you're in trouble with just Marine tanks. So you basically want to wait as long as possible, get as many tanks as possible, before they get to that really high-tech Death Bowl army, is kind of the short answer. Let's actually jump to another question really quickly. There's one more here. It's going to be from Brody King. And the question is it better to put your gateway expand in main base or in main choke, and why? Excuse me. I think this is referring to PVZ. That's the main. Well, actually, it could be PVT too. So PVT, put in your main base. You don't want anything in your choke early because you're gonna have a vulnerable pylon against Marauder Marine pressure. You're gonna have buildings that are gonna block you more than they block your opponent because you might want to pull probes. You've got Zealots, whereas they have all range units. So against Terran, definitely put it in your main base. Against Zerg, I would also recommend putting it in your main base. And the reason why is because if you're going a gateway expand, you're not really worried about early aggression because you're going to have your own Zealots and Stalkers out to deal with stuff. So the longer your probe has to move before it puts down the pylon and gateway, the more money you lose. So just build it right next to your Nexus. Then it's pretty easy to defend with probes against an early pool. You can protect that pylon without having to send probes out further away, and it saves a little bit of money. Of course, once you do expand, your future building should go to wall off that expansion against like a mass speeding run by. That could happen a little bit later in the game. But for just your first gateway, maybe your first side core, put those just as close to your mineral line as possible to save as much money as possible. So this has been it for your question and answer portion of the show. We're going to take about a 10-minute break or so. Then we're going to get on with the Tournament of Champions. It's going to be Flash versus Rain, a great best of 5, 2 Pro League basically champions. I mean, Flash is actually my captain of my fantasy team, so I'm cheering for him as well here. But we'll see which guy wins off. Anyways, we're tuning out, but we'll see you guys in 10 minutes for the Tournament Champions.